Hey guys, it's Meredith. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be trying out the Eliza Vecca, if that's how you pronounce that, Milky Piggy carbonated bubble mask that I got off of Amazon. I found out about this mask because Graveyard Girl has a video on it and the thumbnail is definitely clickable because she's got the mask on and it looks really crazy. So I thought it would be fun to try this out for the first time on camera because it looks like it does something like kind of crazy. So I thought it would be fun to watch. You can see what it actually does and then I can give you my first impressions that are honest because I'm using this for the first time. You can also get this mask off of MANIA Box. It's a Korean beauty website. They may have other stuff on there other than Korean beauty, but I know that's something that they're known for. I've bought some other products from them before, really reasonably priced. This is listed for $9 right now on MANIA Box. It looks like it used to be $11 and then they discounted it. And I'm going to be reading the instructions on how to use this from their website because all the instructions on this box are in what I would imagine to be Korean and there's no English. So I had to Google carbonated bubble clay mask English instructions and that's what came up was the MANIA Box website. So I'm gonna give you guys first the info on the mask and then I will be applying it. So the first thing it says when to use AM or PM. You can use 2 to 3 times per week. And then the tips it says that it gives you, it says mask is suitable for almost all skin types, especially oily. However, those with sensitive skin types should first test the product on a small area of skin. That's pretty much standard with any beauty product or skincare product that you're trying out for the first time. You should always patch test it somewhere on your skin or your neck. And then it says, although this mask is effective as a one-step makeup remover and pore cleanser, you can also use it after your normal cleansing routine for an extra deep cleansing and pore treatment. It says a little goes a long way, use less than the recommended chestnut size amount if your face is on the smaller end because the product foams up. It says this multi-step mask, which I already stated this, but it can be applied onto unclean skin, which that's a really funky way to say that, as a first step in your cleansing, or it can be applied onto clean, dry skin as the last step in cleansing. Whatever you fancy is what it says. I already washed my face and toned it, so I'm doing this on clean skin. Use the provided spatula to scoop out a chestnut size amount and apply to face. I never like to go into pots like this with my fingers because you're just adding bacteria to something that's going to sit in there and multiply. So I always go into something that's not a pump with a spatula, and if it doesn't come with them, with a spatula, I just use a little foundation brush to go into it and then apply the mask that way. First it says, avoid applying too close to the eyes, nostrils, and lips. That's pretty standard with most masks that I've read instructions for. And the product will begin to bubble up. After about 5 minutes, the gooey clay will transform into frothy, foamy goodness. Expect a fun, tingling sensation that may cause you to giggle uncontrollably. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that today. To really get down to the gritty, gently massage the bubble mask all over the face for 1 to 2 minutes. Rinse off thoroughly with lukewarm water and be wowed by your so fresh and so clean skin. Okay, so 5 minutes it bubbles up, and then if you want to, you can massage it into your face for 1 to 2 minutes. You guys can see I've got like a little bit of redness here, and then this is it that died, and you know, that's its grave site. I guess I'll show the box to you guys first so you can see what it looks like. I'm just going to be opening this up, and here's what it looks like out of the box. Looks the exact same as the packaging. It's wrapped in plastic. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got mine from Amazon and it came in like a package deal with their Hell Pore cleaning mask for your nose that there's just like a Biore strip where you put the black mask on and then you leave it and then you tear it off, and it's supposed to clean your pores of your nose out. I'm not testing that today for you guys. I may test that out in another video so I can let you know what I think about that, but I got my package deal with this and the Hell Pore mask together from Amazon. It was 22 bucks for both of those. I'm gonna open this up now that I've got the plastic off. Oh, it's cute. It comes with a little spatula like attached to the like clear lid that's over the top. And I like it when products have this little like extra lid. I actually keep this, and a lot of people probably throw this thing away, but I like to keep it on there. I feel like it keeps it airtight, and from the product drying out, it makes it last longer. As you guys can see, it's got this little spatula and it actually has a little like slot for it so you can just snap it right back in, so that's nice. I think it's funny that it says a chestnut size amount because I don't really know how big a chestnut is. Maybe that's normal over in like, I don't know, England. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. You don't roast chestnuts over here in America, at least not my parents didn't. I don't know, maybe some families do that around Christmas. But all that to say, if you're gonna say I need a chestnut size amount of a product, I don't really know how much that is because we don't do that in America as far as my family is concerned. Ooh, it smells really good. Now that I took the lid off, it's gray, but it's like a purpley gray color. That's what it looks like. It's very like putty looking. Okay, so if you grew up in the 90s and you were a 90s kid, this was like GAC. Does anyone remember what that stuff is? That GAC stuff, or maybe it was called something else. But it came in a little plastic container like this, and you could stick your fingers in it and it would make little like toot noises. Does anybody remember that? Anyways, that's kind of what it feels like. So I'm gonna go in here and grab less than a chestnut size amount, however big a chestnut might be. We're gonna set a timer on my phone for 5 minutes and see what happens. Here we go. Oh my gosh, I feel it. It's making my nose itch. It said to stay away from your nostrils. That's probably why, because that tickles. Oh my gosh, it tickles. It's doing something. You guys see it? It's doing something. I'm gonna keep this away from my lips too, because it said to keep this away from my lips. Oh my gosh, it's doing something. This feels weird. I hear it. It's making like little, like, what's that cereal? Snap, Crackle, Pop? Rice Krispies cereal? When you pour the milk over the Rice Krispies? That's what it sounds like it's doing. You can hear it going, which is also the same sound Hannibal Lecter makes in Silence of the Lambs through his weird mask. So this bubbles up pretty quick, so I couldn't get it all over my face before it started bubbling up. And I hope you guys can see what this is doing, and you can see that it's bubbling up on my face. It looks kind of how if you had a cleanser that had a ton of suds to it when you get it wet and rub it on your face. That's kind of what it looks like. It just looks like really thick suds are sitting on my face. It tingles a little bit. It doesn't tingle as intensely from what the directions said it was going to do. Oh yeah, I forgot to start my timer. Start. Oh my gosh, it tickles! I want to itch so bad. It's so tickly. It's not really tingly because I feel like tingle, the word tingle, at least with facials, connotates that it's going to like sting. And it more like tickles, I feel like is the better word to describe what this mask is doing. So it really does bubble up pretty fast, and obviously as you can see it bubbles up pretty big. So something I am noticing, I did leave the lid off of my jar and it's like bubbling up. I don't know if that's from the air hitting it, so I'm gonna put the lid back on. So it needs to be pretty airtight, which I think the directions also stated something about needing to leave this really airtight. I'm gonna wash this off later, but for now I'm just gonna stick it right back in here. Popped off and landed on my lip. So yeah, that's one thing I just realized. As soon as you go into this and you're done getting the amount of product you need out, put the lid back on because it looks like if the air hits this, it's going to bubble up on its own inside the jar, which you don't want to do because that's wasting product. It's super tickly right here around my nose and right here a little bit underneath where my nostrils are, and then I can kind of feel it bubbling up right here. It's basically the sensation you would think you get if you put bubbles on your face and they started to be bubbly. That's kind of what it feels like. It doesn't really sting anywhere, and it looks so attractive. I'm going to tell you what this does as this continues to spend its 5 minutes on my face. It says it's packed with charcoal powder. This quirky carbonated mask cleans, exfoliates, and unclogs pores. It bubbles as it sloughs off dead skin cells and lifts pore clogging dirt and sebum. I hate that word. Powerful nutrients also replenish the skin, softening and smoothing for a youthful glow. Oop, there's my 5 minutes. I'm going to rub it in now for that 1 to 2 minutes for the deeper clean like it said to do. So I'm going to set my timer one more time. So I'm going to rub this in like it says for that 1 to 2 minutes. So this feels really tacky and slimy, and it's getting harder to rub around into my skin as these 2 minutes go on. There we go. Okay, so this feels really tacky and super sticky. Like, you guys probably can't hear that, but watch my cheeks vibrate when I take my hands off. Okay, so I'm gonna go wash this off now with a damp, warm washcloth, and then I'll be back and let you guys know what I think about the mask. Okay, so I went and washed it off. I have not done anything else. I didn't do a toner, I didn't put moisturizer on. It does feel like it did tighten my skin quite a bit. I will say that you definitely probably need to use a damp washcloth to get all of that off, especially if you're gonna do the 1 to 2 minutes where you rub it in, because it's super sticky and it was really hard to actually get off of my face. I can see that's why they say to use less than a chestnut size amount if you have a smaller face, because it was actually really hard to get off, and that was a lot of product to get off. But I don't see any areas on my face that seem to be reacting in a bad way to it. I would say I don't normally have sensitive skin. I can't say that it took dirt out of my pores on my nose or like my chin where I tend to get them. I will say it does feel like the longer I'm going without adding moisturizer onto my face, it is getting a little itchy right here. But it was a really quick mask, so that's nice about it. I know some masks are like, leave on 10 to 20 minutes, and this one you only left on for 5, and then you could either wash it off or you could go back in and rub it in for 1 to 2 minutes if you wanted a deeper clean. It wasn't expensive, and it actually is in a pretty big jar. Here again, and here's the little jar or pot that it came in. Like, that's a lot of product. You'd get probably a lot of masks out of this. Overall, I thought it was a fun mask to put on. It's quick. I would say you do need to use probably a damp washcloth to really get it off well. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me trying out the carbonated bubble tea mask for the first time. Thanks as always for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.